Okay, now we are going to discuss about the excretion in plants. Excretion in plants. We already discussed that animals also produces some unwanted materials or excretory materials in their body to eliminate that waste materials, so that organisms or that animals has a different organ system, that is a excretory system, and also they has it has a some other excretory organs to eliminate the excretory substances from their body. Likewise, so now we want to discuss about the excretion in plants, how that plants are producing waste materials and eliminating waste materials from their body. Are you understand? So plants also performs, plant cells are every organism made up of different cells. Okay, many cells. These cells can perform metabolic activities. In metabolic activities, they can produce unwanted materials or waste materials. These waste materials must send out from their body. It means it must send out. So which one? Plants. Plant cells or plant body. From their plant body. We know very well. So some of the waste materials get into breakdown in animals, and also it can accumulate in the body of the animals. Okay, when you compare to the plant organization or plant body, the accumulation of the materials and the breakdown of the materials are slower. The activity is very slow when you compare to the animals. Okay, so it means one, breakdown of the materials, one thing, and accumulation of materials in the body. It is a greater active function in animals. When you see the plant body, it is very slower activity. I understand. So this is very important thing. And then, so how the waste materials are transported or eliminated from the body of plant, that we want to discuss here. So animals has their own organ system, but animals doesn't. It doesn't show any organ system. Okay, but it want to eliminate the excretory materials. How it is is it eliminating or is it any other way for the excretion, we want to discuss. Okay, so if you observe or in respiration, we can observe carbon dioxide is a waste gas or excretory gas or exhaled gas. Okay, so if you observe non-green plants are under dark, if you kept plants in dark places kept in plants. Okay, so in these both cases, so these plants, if it want to eliminate the waste materials, so non-green plants and when you kept plants in green plants, when you kept in dark places, okay, so it can perform respiration. Which one? Respiration. In the respiration, it can eliminate water as well as carbon dioxide into outer environment. Okay, if in second case, if you observe, if you observe green plants, it can perform photosynthesis. When these green plants in the condition of light, and if you expose it to the light, it can perform photosynthesis and it can release as oxygen into outer environment. So in different situations, respiration is the metabolic activity. In other case, photosynthesis is the metabolic activity. Okay, in both situations are different kind of excretory materials or excretory gases are releasing here. Okay, so in respiration, carbon dioxide it want to send out from the plant body. If it is a photosynthesis, oxygen must send out from the plant body. Okay, so this important thing you want to observe how it can eliminate it. So we know very well it has a specialized structures in their body like a stomata in their leaf and lenticels in their stem, and some of the roots also excrete unwanted gases with the help of root system. Okay, aerial roots or respirating roots. Okay, so we already discussed these things. Okay, what about other waste materials? What about other nitrogenous waste substances, carbon waste substances? How it can eliminate from their body, or how the plants can manage that materials? Okay, so if you observe, every plant can produce waste materials. Anna, are you understand? So how that waste materials are using the body, or how it is when the time of how it is eliminating it, we want to discuss. So one thing you must mention here, that is plants cannot show any distinguished order or a definite organ system in their body like animals. Okay, it cannot show any specialized organs in their body. Okay, that's why the plants can store waste materials in their body. Okay, it cannot eliminating it. Okay, for the purpose of its own purpose, for its own protection or for the defense, for the healing of injuries, for its own purpose, it is storing that materials in their body. Okay, so if you observe, these waste materials of plant body can stored in different parts. One, leaves or leaf. Okay, it can store waste materials in the leaves. Okay, it can store in a stem. It can store in roots, and it can also store in fruits. Okay, and that means the produced excretory materials are storing in different parts of their body, plant body. Okay, if you observe sometime, the plants can shed, it means shed out, with the leaves can fall off. Okay, so the leaves, when the leaves are stored with excretory materials and in favorable conditions, the plant can remove their leaves, or the leaves can fall off, right? So in that manner, it can eliminate from their body. Okay, so if you observe, fruits also fall off. Okay, it can eliminate through that. So sometimes the plant can store a solid waste material, in the form of the waste material stored in the fruits in the form of solid materials in fruits. Which one? Fruits. So the solid waste materials of plant fruits is known as a raw phytes. Which one? Raw phytes. Very important thing. Okay, so it also stores in the stem, it also stores in the roots. Okay, so we will discuss about how the excretory materials releases from the roots. If you observe it, some of the secretions, some of the chemicals produced by the plant, that chemicals are waste materials, but that chemicals are helpful for the plant. How? Okay, So in leguminaceous plants, legume plants can produce a specialized chemicals through their roots. That chemicals can attract the, it can attract the bacterium, that is a bacteria, that is a rhizobium. Which one? Rhizobium. We know very well about rhizobium bacteria. This rhizobium bacteria can fix the atmospheric nitrogen in the form of nitrates and nitrites. Then that nitrates and nitrites are utilized by the plant body. Okay, it is a excretory material, but it for the own purpose it is utilizing. That is also useful. Okay, so and then if you observe in other cases, stored the waste materials are storing in the different parts of the plant body. Okay, so the plants are stored waste materials in their body. For the what purpose it are storing the materials in their different kinds of their body. Okay, so there is a purpose is there. Okay, so the use of utilization or use of deposition of waste materials in plant body for the sake of protection or defense, for the sake of defense. Second one, it can, when the plant got injury, it can seal the wound. Okay, and also that waste materials can protect the invasion of pathogens, and as well as attracting the of attracting of rhizobium bacterium in leguminaceous plants, and also helpful for the attraction of some insects. If you observe, it is stored in the some flowers or some fruits or some other parts of the plant body. It can release some fragrance smell. It can attract the insects also. It can attract the insects. How it is useful, you will discuss. Protection, it means, so the waste materials are depositing in the plant body. Okay, so when the time of grazing animals, when grazing animals came to eat the plant, it is a very poisonous material. It will harm to the herbivorous animals or grazing animals. That's why that herbivorous animals or grazing animals cannot eat the plant. It means it taken a defense or protection due to the deposition of these waste materials. Is it got a protection or not? It got a protection. Okay, so and also it releases some latexes from their epidermal tissue or from their bark, from their leaf. That are materials also very poisonous. Okay, so in that manner it cannot allow any other animals to damage the plant body. In that manner it can give the protection. Okay, so next one, if that plant body got any wound or injury, so it can release us secondary or waste materials to seal the wound. If you observe it, whatever invasion, it can stop the invasion of pathogens into the body of plant. Okay, if it got injury, it cannot release any materials, any substances. Automatically pathogens can get into the plant body. It can damage the plant body. Okay, so that's why it is releasing some latexes and some gums, which are waste materials, which are excretory materials. Okay, so the wound is covered with or seals with these excretory poisonous materials. Automatically it can stop the invasion of microorganisms or pathogens. Are you understand? Next one, attraction of rhizome. We already discussed. Some roots of the plant body, legume plants roots can produce as waste materials and can release us some waste materials in the form of chemicals. It can attract the rhizobium bacteria. And also, if the secondary metabolites are excretory materials stored in the different parts, it also attracts the animals. Okay, if it is stored in flowers, if it releases fragrant smell, it can attract the insects. Okay, in that case it is helpful for the body of plant, like for the pollination, for pollination, as well as seed dispersal, seed dispersal. Okay, likewise it is helpful to the plant body. Okay, so in our humankind, so we are utilizing the secondary metabolites or excretory materials of the plant body as a medicine. Okay, that's another case. That is not useful to the plant body, but that is useful to the other organisms also. Okay, so this is a very important thing we want to discuss here. Okay, are you understand?
Yes, sir.